Afternoon, good evening, and depending on what part of the world you're joining us from and what time it is for you there. My name is Brenda Unu, and I'm welcoming you to today's program. Yay, Guide by Grace, you're here early today. So glad to have you taking your first spot once more. Excited to have you guys. I see you, Chinwe. I see you, OAA Ventures. Welcome, everyone. So today we're going to be talking about, I said the whole month of May, we're going to be talking about children and children's issues. And today we're starting off with, acceptance, celebrating acceptance, understanding how, yes, thank you, understanding how to, build acceptance of special needs children, because all children are created by God, all children are loved by God. Yay, our speaker has just joined. Welcome, Tech Mom. All children are loved by God, all children are created by God, and all children deserve to be loved and accepted in the community where they find themselves. I mean, in a time when the world is buzzing about acceptance for all kinds of things, you would think that it would come naturally to them to accept people that were created by God in the way that they are. So, let us talk about it. Let me go and join. Tech Mom, you didn't send a request. Okay, let me try. Mom, she's a mom's wellness coach. Have you guys heard of something like that? I mean, people that, moms are every day so stressed out. They're going through all kinds of things at work, at home, taking care of children, multiple children, doing all the many things that they do. Hi. We're seeing the reverse side of your camera, so you
I'm turning it.
turn it right out for us. Okay. Welcome, Peseta Mom. Thank you for joining us. The
Thank
conversation today
you.
is basically how to promote the acceptance of, there you are, the acceptance of special needs kids. Wow. How are you today? How
I'm
is
doing
it
great.
in,
Thank you.
in that part of the world? What time is it for you right now?
It is 11 a.m. If
11
a few
a.m.
minutes past
Wow.
11, of course. Yeah.
Wow. I
How
mean,
are
God
you, CP?
is I'm good. I'm excited to have you. When we started this thing out, and I reached out to all my friends in North America, they're like, "Oh, time
Yeah.
difference. Be at work. I will be
Time
available." I'm like, "Oh
difference.
God."
That
I'm
was
like,
why
"Yeah,
as soon as I had this break, I said, no, if you have the space, I really want to come on. You're doing great.
thank you so much. We're
Immediately
so
the
excited
space
to
came
have.
up, I said, we have to use it well.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. I mean, it's amazing what God can make happen. When He wants to
Sure,
do His own
sure.
thing. Who would have thought that we would be able to find the time? I mean, last week I also had a sister from Canada, and
Hmm?
this week another one again. So I'm
Wow.
here thinking, God, you made this
It's
time
like
difference
we have
thing work.
opening.
We have openings. Exactly. She said she had to. She was
There's
working from
opening
home, and so she
everywhere.
sent. Yeah, she sent a message to them saying that she would be unavailable for about an hour, and then it was, that was
Yeah.
it. I was like, wow. Okay, so welcome everyone. So tell us a little bit about yourself and why you chose this topic. Guys, she chose this topic, or it wasn't me. Please tell us.
Yeah, I did. So, I am Tech Mom Olivia. I am the fairy godmother for all moms.
I love it.
My
I love it.
ministry is to help mothers balance deadlines and diapers. We want to be
Mm,
sure that you do not feel like you're losing on any aspect of your life. We
mm,
what we do is to ensure that no woman have to lose their womanhood
mm,
because they became a mother. None
mm.
has to give way.
I
We
love
teach women that you can have it all. It just needs planning, structuring, prioritizing per
it.
time. What
Mm,
gives way for what? But do not give up on anything that you're supposed to be, that God has called you to be,
mm,
because you became a mother. We teach mothers so that they never ever have to tell their children these words that some of us heard from our parents.
mm,
If not because of you people, I would have been here. If not,
mm,
all this thing I'm doing, is it not for you people? Aha.
mm.
And then making our
You
children
hold
a
it,
hundred
hold it
percent
over the
retirement
child, hold
plan.
it over the child for the rest of their lives. Like,
Exactly.
okay.
and making children your 100% retirement plan because you have
Oh,
dedicated all of you to
don't
them
even
without
don't even
investing
let us
anything
don't let
in
us go
yourself.
there. Don't let us
So
we
that
will not live here
we
today.
will
Don't
not
let us just
go there. So that's what
why?
we do at the Thriving Mom Network. We
Okay.
just want to make sure that every mom flourishes.
All
If
right.
you feel
Okay.
like motherhood is 100% your ministry, I'm not even going to drag that with you. But
Mm,
we are here for people who, and I have met a lot of them, sis, a lot of
mm,
them in this journey who are like, I am tired. I just need clarity. Like, can this be
mm.
done? And I was
Yeah.
there at a point. So I know how frustrating it feels. And I know
Mm,
how much a holding of hand can help you. I got a
right.
lot of help, a lot of support on my journey. I paid for, some were just free. God just sent people to let me know that this is
It's
I did
possible.
not call you to this. There is more to you. He kept
Mm,
it like at times when I'm like, having children is enough. Just look for a good job that you can do and be taking care of your children. God will send somebody to remind me that it's not me and
that's
you. You are
not
called
all.
for more. Yeah,
I,
that is not all. So we
I
are for
love it.
women that are called for more, but they are
Mm,
struggling how to balance the diapers and the deadlines and the projects and everything. We just help you with clarity to do that. So that is me in a nutshell. I am married, three biological
mm.
children, currently reside in Calgary, Canada.
When you say biological, excuse me, ma, do you have some non-biological?
I have foster.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I have foster. My little cousin who lived with us from when she was 4, she became my first daughter, and I
Mm,
have always said I have 4 children, but I like to clearly state that there are 3 biological.
that's amazing. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, tell
Thank
us,
you.
why did you pick this topic? Why?
When I discussed my availability with you, I was ready to come and talk to my
Your
to my
moms.
people, my mothers. I was ready to talk to them, and then you said it was Children's Month, so uh, we have to take care of the kids this month, and I'm like, okay, 1 month out of 12, let's be nice. So I kept thinking about it, and I would just say the Holy Spirit gave me this topic himself.
Mm,
Because, like the post I made, I said, this is an aspect of my life that I do not feel like I talk about it enough. My
mm,
husband and I wrote a book, The Special Child. It
mm,
was centered on our struggles and my life as a first time mom for our first child. We had
mm,
some delays with her and some issues. It was a struggle. And so when I got the exposure that I got to know that my child may be different, I saw that
mm.
there was a need to put something out there or to at least tell people about the need to try to catch these things early, as it will
Really?
overall help your child more than
Mm.
living in denial, not accepting. Because by not accepting the situation, every time you say God forbid, you are indirectly saying God
Need
forbid to that
intervention.
child. So you are not
Mm,
accepting the child. You are not
mm.
accepting the child, and we keep losing time because we know early diagnosis or prognosis is always the best for any situation. So yes. So when you said it was Children Month, I kept talking. What will I say about these children now? So the Holy Spirit just dropped this topic. He said, Olivia, special needs children. Have you forgotten? I say, I have not. Oh, I have not. And I just quickly did something about it and sent to you.
All right. I mean, I love it. I was asking myself that why would she want to talk about this? I didn't want to know of how you'd like to do that. So tell me, when we say special children or special needs children, what does it even mean? Many people are always like, how in those days people used to really look down on some children, the autistic children, and
Yeah.
the ones with Down syndrome and all of them. Because those are the ones that are very common. I know that the special needs very wide
Yes.
spectrum of a lot of other issues. But what would you say is, what would you say is maybe a definition of some sort of special needs children? Who do we refer to as
Yes, a
special
very
needs children or special children, as the case may be?
general definition. Mhm. And thank you. Special needs is, as we talk about early diagnosis, there are some people that don't get diagnosed until they are really older. They see that, no, I'm not normal, the word not normal. There's something different about me. I have to maybe make more research, see a professional, just seek help for themselves, and then they get diagnosed at as an adult. So yeah, whether it's for children, there are diverse special needs, there are developmental, mental, and physical, and psychological issues that some people come with. In fact, a very good percentage of the world have special need. Your own may be something you can actually manage. There are people that are claustrophobic. There are people that are always scared of the dark. They have their names. There are people that are always anxious, anxiety disorder. So we work with it. And in our part of the world, it is not given much attention. It is not given much attention, so they are not diagnosed properly as they should diagnose. But a large part of the world have one of these special needs or the other. So that is why acceptance is very important, because if we begin to have demystify special needs children or adults, then it makes it easier for us to find solution, get help, and just overall being in a better place. So special needs children are children that are born with developmental or learning or mental or physical challenges. So whatever it is, some people are born with attention deficiency disorder, that is the ADHD. Some people are some people have Down syndrome, as you mentioned, some dyslexia, and the rest of it. So there are much more. There are some children born deformed without some body parts because they were not properly developed or stuff like that, or whether medical or supernatural causes. Let all these children and even those diagnosed as adults are special needs people.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that. I mean, that's really very, very encompassing. I like the fact that,
Yeah.
I mean, I like the fact that the world is now open to, you accepting these people more. And we've started by having a good term, when you call them special children and all of that, unlike before when they used to have
Yes.
derogatory names for them. So it's even a step in the right direction. I remember the first time I had contact with
It
an
is.
autistic, I was newly married, like I was even pregnant. I got pregnant the first month of my marriage. And then there was one of my husband's relations that came to stay with us, and she had come because she wanted to take the child to a center in Lagos. She wasn't living in Lagos at the time, and so she stayed with us for a few days. And her son, 5-year-old, very very super cute boy, was so energetic, and I thought to myself that,
They're always so
can,
cute.
can this be normal? This level of energy, like, hello, uncle, can you just calm down? But then
Yeah.
I got to understand from talking to her that he was autistic, and they were working out things. In fact, she had recommended to a center, and she had come to see the boy. I can just imagine where the boy would be now. To be honest, I have not really kept in touch with them as much,
Mm-hmm.
but this is 17 years on, and I
Yeah.
remember then how I had to consciously be kind to him when he would throw a fit, and I'd be thinking, oh my god, my glass is about to break. I'll have to hold myself and say, okay, it's just a child, he doesn't know what he's
He
doing,
doesn't
he'll be
know
fine. And the
what
mother
he's
would
doing.
be calming him down. And it was really hard for me at the time. But I remember how I knew I could see the mother was struggling, and I did not want to add to her distress by being irritated. And I think that that's part of what we should be talking about today. How do people
Yes.
react to these children? I see many people in church, you see some children acting out, and you're already feeling like, Madam, control this
Madam
child
Control.
now. All those kind of things. And I
Madam,
always say to
control your
them,
child though.
you don't even know the half. Like, even I don't have special needs children, and sometimes when they're acting up, I just go like, you know what? Please just act up.
Oh,
Like, I'm tired. Do you
all of them are
understand?
special.
Let all of us be taking it. Let all of us be receiving the hits. Act up. Let all of us enjoy. See, somebody said to me one day that, Madam Coach, I said you to talk to the child now. Do you not know the child? The child understands English. Talk to the child. Please don't stress me. Me too, I want to listen to the word of God. Excuse me.
I'm
I know that's
telling
not.
you, talk
I
to
know
the child
that's not
though.
very
It
nice or
takes a
fair, but
village.
yeah, it does take a village, but when you see a woman that is with a child, you just don't even know the condition of the child. So we need to learn to judge less.
Yeah.
I mean, what I've learned to do now is to offer help. If I see the woman is struggling with maybe too many children or too many things, I can offer
Mhm.
to hold something. Maybe not the child, because
A
the child
little
may
bit of
react.
kindness
So
can go a long way. A
yeah, just offer
little bit
some
of
help.
kindness.
And yeah, just a little bit of kindness, even if it's just a wink at the woman to say, I see you,
Well done.
please
I
be
see
listening.
you. Oh
Well
my
done.
God, that does a lot.
Because it does a lot. I mean, I know that it cannot be easy. So I'd like you to please share with me, some ideas of what we can do to just be nicer and kinder, and how the journey is for a mother that is dealing with this, you know.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I just outlined a few points from our book and also the research that I had to do to just say, in the simplest terms, what mothers with special children can start to do and how the love can actually extend from us to them. And the first of it is accepting your truth.
Mm,
Like I said, a lot of mothers are still living in denial. Like, we want to wish the condition away, we want to wish the situation away, we want to, God forbid, the situation away. So the
mm,
time you're taking to God forbid that situation, you are killing the child more,
mm,
because that child is left in an environment where that child should not be. And when we are in such situations or such cases where we are still in our denial stage,
mm,
we do not let the child come into their true element. For example, if a child is acting up, as you said now, and instead of being kind and knowing that, okay, this is what would help this child right now, myself being calm, you see the mother get infuriated, hitting the child.
mm,
"Well, how is your own different? My friend, sit down and keep quiet," which kind of nonsense, and all
mm,
that. That never ever helps them. It never ever helps them. It is from your calm that they draw strength. From the much that I know at this point and have learned, it is from
mm.
your calm that they draw strength. So the first thing we have to do as parents is acceptance, and as a society too, accepting our truth that some people will be different.
Mm,
Just as we are born different, different skin color, different tribes, and the rest, languages, some people will be different
yeah.
psychologically, mentally, developmentally, physically. Some people will be different. If we have done enough to accept that, whether as a family unit or as a society, it will be
Mm,
easier. And I feel like it starts from the family, but this time around, it also has to begin from the society.
mm,
The less judgment that a mother with a special needs child gets in church, in the market, in the child's
mm,
class, when the
mm,
teacher calls to report and all that, the more she is open to accepting that child to say, oh yeah, this is my child and this is how it is, and there
mm.
is a place for them, right? There is a place for them. So the society has a lot to do to helping mothers or parents of special needs children accept their
Accept.
children. Yes, if there's, for example, if a country or a society does not accept something as okay, it is also automatically not okay for a family. Let me use the simplest one:
Yeah.
stealing. Because the
Mm,
society says stealing is wrong, there is punishment for stealing. The family
mm,
does not tolerate stealing. Oh, you want to be a thief? You want to go and steal out there so that they'll kill you for me,
yeah.
and all
Yeah.
those kind of things. Yeah,
Yeah.
in a society like ours, like Nigeria, where the LGBT community has not been accepted. When your child comes out to tell you, I am this, I am that, you'll be like,
Just
God
God
forbid,
forbid
God
them. I
forbid.
will
It
carry it to the
cannot
mountain.
happen.
Are you joking?
Yes, because
They
the
will flog
society
the
has not
out of you.
accepted. Yes. So even though most things start from the family, this time around, the society and the environment around us has to create accepting environment. Like the facility where your sister-in-law had to come all the way to Lagos for. If states if different states decide to have it, because they now recognize that there are these special people that God is sending to us that will need a little bit of more attention, it will be easier for a mom or a parent to accept their truth because
Yeah,
help is near,
there's
right?
help.
Help is near. So that is how this in this case it is reversed. The society has to help parents to accept these gifts that God has given to them. Yes. And yeah, also what I want to say about acceptance as parent is to share a bit of my story as it has to do with accepting our child. It was hard for me as a mom and a first time mom. I used to be very impatient with dull people, whether adults, children, or anything. If you're dull, you're not understanding what I'm saying. I don't know how to speak to you. I don't know how to deal with you. I don't know how to
You
to
just
just
cannot
relate with
abide
you.
any slowness of any sort.
We cannot. So imagine me now, who is the way I am, now having my first child, slow, she couldn't talk. Like her younger sister was born, her younger sister spoke at 10 months.
Wow.
She was already 2 years plus. She could not talk. She could not even make the simplest words that kids just
Their
mutter.
babies.
That was the first issue. And because of the environment where I was, I gave birth to her in Ogoja, Cross River State. And okay, I actually gave birth to her in Kogi State because that was where I was schooling, but raised her in Ogoja, Cross River State. And they'll be telling me, oh, I should not worry that it is normal.
Children are
Most
slow.
first children do not are slow. Most first children are slow, so I should not worry. It's just normal. Hey, is it not first children? They'll be pointing me to this person's child that their first children was not smart, whether boy or girl. So me, I should just take it as normal. I said this cannot be normal. It wasn't looking normal. We did all the tests for tongue tie to know whether there was anything wrong with her tongue, anything. We kept doing all the checks we could do as resources and our environment permitted us. There was nothing of such. So we were already reclining into the situation of it is okay, it is normal, it is normal
Normal.
first the children talk until I started reading about it. I was the first person to start reading about it, to start learning more about it. I would come to social media when social media was a place for knowledge and and growth. I will come to social media and I will see, especially Facebook, so many groups that I was part of. Today they'll just bring up a topic, and I kept stumbling on these special needs children. So because then what we knew as special need, it has to be as extreme as autism or Down syndrome, where even the
That is
features of your
visible.
body,
That is
yes,
visible.
that is visible. I wasn't so aware of the mental, developmental, and the psychological ones that could affect a child. So I was not understanding until I started doing this research. Started just following the trail, Googling, asking questions, joining group, paying for classes. And then I started seeing that, oh, there may be more to this. And I started discussing with my husband. I started discussing with him. And then one day on TIP group on Facebook, somebody just brought the topic up for dyslexia, and my husband saw it and was like, come, this is what you've been telling me. Like this person is just describing our daughter. This is everything, and that is when the veil fell for us. We knew that it's not normal. It
It's
is
not,
not.
and it's not
It's not
struggle.
firstborn thing. Exactly. So that was how we knew, and decided that the first thing we needed to do was to accept that our child was special so that we can give her all the help that she
Support.
needed. And as soon as um, I knew that she was special, I already said it that I was really, really impatient. The lady that wrote the Cochidala that wrote the foreword for our book actually
Mm,
said something that it was while I was reading the foreword that she said that it actually stuck to me. That sometimes God gives us these things or these
mm,
children to mirror something in us that needed to be
mm,
worked on.
mm,
So God
mm.
was showing me, Madam, say now you know they now you know if they patience with people
You
that
will
I
be
create a
patient by
be.
force.
Or
You
yeah,
will be
take your
patient
own.
by
Let me see
force.
how you will hate her, or how you will not deal with her, or let
You
me
will be
see how.
patient by force.
So there was a learning point there for me. There was a time for reversal, and it only started after I have accepted that my child is different. I have to work on
Mm,
myself to love her and accept her and help her develop in every possible way that God
mm.
can and the society has availed her opportunity to. Because if I do not accept it, then she will lose in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. Ah, wow, that's really amazing. When you were speaking, something came to my mind, and I thought about it. That
Yeah.
how, when you mentioned that she's the first child,
Yeah.
how is it in a family where maybe one child is special and then the others are what we term as genetically normal,
Yeah.
and how do you cope? Especially maybe when it's the older one and then the younger ones are all sharp and all there. How are you
Exactly.
able to make the children understand with their sister or their brother, and be patient with her or him, and also
Yeah.
just understand that they're different? How do you handle that? Because even in families where everybody is the same, you're already dealing with sibling rivalry in
Rivalry.
terms of,
Yeah.
yes, this one is sharper than
Yeah.
this one. So when you now have something that is really not the child's fault, or not that something the child can correct his or herself, how do you then communicate this to little children so that they can understand and be more patient with their sister or brother?
It is first, like I just want to jump on that so much because it begins with the parents, right?
Absolutely.
It begins with the parents. By the time you start treating your older child in a different way, because I'll tell you a story, something that happened recently, November
Mm,
of last year. Not so recent, but yeah, the November of last year. The kids' school called me and said they wanted one of my daughters to represent the school. They were doing Catholic school week or something like that. So then
mm,
they needed a child to go to a church. You will address the whole church, talk to them about your school, how beautiful your school is, what your teachers do for you, and all
mm.
that. So they needed somebody, and they were going to come to our parish, the parish where we worship.
Okay.
We are always so full to the brim. And when the principal called and said she wanted one of my daughters to, my first instinct was to choose my second daughter
Mm,
immediately. That one is a
mm.
public speaker. Her confidence, she is like God just packed one trailer and gave to
Our
her.
own was follow come, follow come.
Hey God, the child. So she speaks, she sings anywhere there is no crowd too big for her. My first
Mm,
instinct was to choose her. A couple
mm,
of days down, the principal called again to say, okay, so I spoke with Chimamanda. She said she's fine and she's going to do it. And I was like, Chimamanda, you went for Chimamanda.
and
She's
that's
going
the
to be
first
so
one.
scared. Yes, that's the first one. She's going to be so scared. And I immediately wanted to say, can we use Mona? The Holy Spirit stopped me immediately. I
Mm,
said, no, I'm not going to do this. Let her come back. She came back from school and she was so excited. You see the way she burst open the door. Mommy, our
mm,
principal said this was a child that while we're in Nigeria, they sent form for clubs for them to join. So I discussed with her, what club do you want to join? She said she wants to join prayer and then cooking club. I said there is the one for reading and public speaking, poetry and
mm.
all that. Don't you want to join that? Because I wanted her to be
To at
able
least
to come
gain,
out a
yeah.
bit. She refused, and I said, okay, you choose one, let me choose one so that there'll be compromise, right? She said, okay. And I chose public speaking for her. And she chose, I think, cooking or prayer, one of the two that she preferred.
Oh.
My daughter queried me for 1 month straight. Every time she goes, I think their club was on Wednesday or so in Nigeria. She will come back. I told you not to put me in that club. Now they want me to come and be standing and talking and all those things. So
Oh.
when this came, I remember that time, and I was scared for her.
Scared for her.
Not because, yes, not because I thought she would disgrace me or not make me proud, but I was scared for her. I did not want her to be thrown back into that place where she would never be able to come out again to speak or talk in public, since I was scared. When my daughter came home and she so excitedly burst open the door, Mommy, I'm representing my school to address the whole church. I said, are you okay? She said, yes. I said, you're excited? I said, yes. You can do it. She said, yes. I gave her a high
Oh.
five. I said, I'm very proud of you. Very, very proud of you. And I know that you can do it. I have never seen her dedicated to anything the way she was to that thing. She stood in front of that church, read. After church, we were like celebrities. Like, oh my
Oh.
God, she did so well. She's so brilliant. I was ashamed
Oh.
of myself. I said, me that did not create, look at me. So me that did not create wanted to think that this child would fail Isaiah said that our children will be taught of God and great shall be their peace. I thought it
Peace.
was in my own power. So that is I'm answering your question. I told this story to answer your question about how to give them their place. I almost took my child's place. And if I gave that to Muna Chimso, what would have happened?
The
Muna would
next day
always feel
she'll
like
be like that. When her sister is talking,
she,
she's like,
she is the
I'm the
bigger
one.
and the better one because she's always the one standing in front of the
And
mic.
those second borns, they already have it in their body.
Eh,
So
well, you already know them.
if you not go and give them an inch like this,
Eh,
it's already in their
oh.
body. I don't know how God
So
created
I don't know. Those ones, their molding is different.
them.
So by her building the confidence in myself for her, I told her younger one that this is also a star. So they will not be seeing her as someone who cannot. And the thing with what she has is that she's great with numbers. She is my little mathematician.
Wow.
She is great with art. I have an Instagram page that I don't know what I'm sleeping on for her, where I say I want to be storing her artwork so that she can grow and see them. Just her art, nothing about her face or anything. Just her artwork. When she grows, I will hand it over to her. Say, this is the passion you had growing up as a child. Don't lose it. That is none of the siblings have such. That is the way I'm telling them that this one is no different. This one is no different. You will
That's
then
good.
we started, my husband and I, teaching her how much she has in her. We exaggerated her wins. If her results come, instead of going towards English, social studies, and all that to see where she's failing, no, we'll be going to maths, to art. Oh
And
my
be
God, you
hailing
had
and be
100.
hailing.
Oh my God, you are my superstar. You are my this. You, she's discussing that with you, she will say, Mommy, once I become 10 years old, I want to start drawing so that I can start making money, so that I can be rich and I'll take care of you.
I love
Because
it.
knows, she knows that we have put it in her that the one you have is big.
It's enough for you.
The one you have is big. You just have to focus on it and bring out everything from it. If she's finding it difficult, it was a struggle. It's not as easy as I'm saying it now. It was a struggle. She felt bad. She cried so many times. My daughter will try to pronounce word and she will say, it is in my head, but my tongue is not doing. I will cry like it was bad. Then her younger sister will come. Oh, do you mean this? Oh, do you mean that? So it took us constantly pouring into her. This was not just about me loving her, not just about the father loving her. We needed to teach her to love herself. We needed to teach her. Now she stands, she said, my sister is good at singing, I'm good at drawing, my sister can read, and I know maths. So she knows that it is not a
She understands
competition, but
that different. Oh, man, I just want to first of all give you some
everybody is
kudos
special.
for this,
And
because
then
this is not
if the sister is having
common.
difficult, no, it's not. If the sister is having difficulty in maths, instead of us helping her directly, we say go to Chimamanda, talk to
Mm,
Chimamanda to help you. She's not feeling all. You need to see her in her elder
ah,
sister elements
I
when
love
she
it.
is now helping her with her maths.
I
She will be
love
like,
it.
Muna Chimso, calm down. I will teach you. Calm down. I will
Oh
teach
my
you.
goodness, this is
So it is not
amazing.
hard for her to now go to her younger sister when she's finding it difficult to pronounce any word and wants her younger sister's help. We have also taught her younger sister that you have to be kind. You're
Mm-hmm.
helping
Show
her,
grace.
she is helping you. So if
Mm,
you try to teach her and she's not getting it, do not ever lose your patience. She's your elder sister. And she
mm,
saw it too from us. Like I said, I was very impatient. So at the beginning, when we discovered that she was special, the
mm,
first thing we did was I removed myself from the equation.
mm.
If she's with her father in the parlor or in the sitting room or on the dining, going through schoolwork or finishing an assignment, I stay in the room very far where my Ogbanje will not rise up from. I stay very far away because if I
So
stay
that you're
close
not
enough,
triggered. So that you're
I
not triggered.
exactly so that
Let
I'm
the
not
patient
triggered.
person, let the patient person lead.
Let
Let me go
the
and be
more
working on. Let the Holy
patient
Spirit be
person.
working on me. So I mean, and
Exactly.
it could be mother or father, anyone who is the
It,
more patient person. Let the
oh my
person lead.
God,
Oh
exactly
my
what we have in our book. It can be mother, it can be father. Stop
please.
leaving the bulk of the work to one person. I knew
I
where
love what you're
I
saying.
came in. I was boosting her confidence and making sure that in the house she knew and took her place as a first child. Never lose
Mm,
her place because of what she thought she does not have. I was making
and
sure of
that's
that she never
powerful.
lose her
That
place
is
as a first
powerful.
daughter. Yes. And then I knew that my husband was better with the patience for
For
homework,
homework.
repeating things 100 times. He
I
took
can't do
that.
it. I'm sorry. That's not me.
I
It's not our
seriously,
fault.
that's not
We
it.
are too
Repeating
brilliant. We
things,
are not able to.
it is hard. So he has the grace.
Oh
The man
wow.
was gifted. And
Oh
he was
wow.
created for a special time like this. So I let him be in
Absolutely.
his element. And it has worked perfectly. So much so that before my
Mm.
kids bring homework to me, their father must have not been
Maybe I
around.
traveled. Maybe I
Yes,
traveled for like days.
it must not be like in Nigeria. It was bad. I will be home. They'll come back from school. I come home before their father, and he will come like when we're in Abuja, like 7, 8 o'clock. As soon as he's finishing eating, everybody is coming out with their book. I'll just bust laugh. I say, I have repented. I've given my life to Christ.
People should try
You
me
people
now.
still
Just
do
try
not
me.
trust me.
Stop.
You people
My
still
daughter
do
said,
not
my
trust
daughter
me.
said, Mommy, you cannot teach. You don't know how to teach us. I'm sorry. I said, what do you mean? I know my math. She said, it's not
And you
it's not that
don't.
you don't know it.
It's
She said,
not about knowing.
you will be shouting, you'll be
Teaching is
busy. Ah,
different.
mommy, don't worry. Don't worry. I
And you
wouldn't.
know something, a side story. Like I used to tell myself that never in this life will I stand in a classroom and teach children.
Mm,
And God did it so much that for first 3 years of my life after school and NYC, because I was married in school and all that. So first 3 years of my life, I had to serve where my husband was. I had to, he was working in a bank in a small community, no much stuff there. So he spoke to somebody he knew and they took me in a private school to serve. I rejected. I said, I would rather serve in those ministries that they are not doing anything than teach.
I know.
They spoke to
That's
me,
the
they
truth.
begged me. I had to go. After service, first 3 years of my life, I taught.
Yes, too. Oh wow.
Because God
Was
was
it young
taking me
children?
through what does Coach Wendy call it? My wilderness period, my grooming period. He wanted to prepare me, wanted to groom me, wanted to help me build
There's
that
no
thing that I
experience
was
that is
lacking.
wasted. No
I'm
experience is
telling
ever
you.
wasted in life. I
At
mean,
all. At
your
all.
story is really, really giving me goosebumps. And you know why? This thing that you're sharing, it happens in families who even
It
feel
does.
like they don't have special children, right?
Sure.
You know, there are
Yeah.
many families who really feel like, oh, my children are normal, right? We don't have any developmental delays or anything.
Yeah.
But then they struggle with this same thing. They struggle with a second child who is sharper and more achieving than the first
Overshadowing
child.
the first.
They
Yeah.
struggle with they struggle with the same thing of a first child who is constantly second guessing themselves, and I hear what you're saying loud and clear, that the job is on the
It
parents.
is.
The job is on the parents
It
to
is.
actually draw the lines. The job is on the parents to set the tone in the house and to let everybody know where everybody belongs. I mean, I'm loving it, and even some light bulbs are going in my head as you speak. But I will come back to that question. So, you said you have three children. You've talked about your first two girls.
Yes.
So is the third one a boy?
Yes, as a boy.
Okay, just for context, how old are they? Because I'm trying to picture these your stories very well.
Okay, the first is 9. She will be 10 in August. And the
Okay,
second is 8. The second is 8. And the third is 4. Going to be 5
okay,
in December.
okay. That's why it's not featuring the stories yet,
No,
because
no,
it's,
that's why he's not
it's not as
featuring.
close in age as these two. Okay, I get it
No,
now.
he's
Because
not.
I was
No.
like, Uncle, where are you in this story? Why are you not? Why are we not seeing you?
He's
But I get.
actually best friends with his elder sister. He's actually
I
best friends with with the
oh,
oldest.
oh, and she's probably she's probably more patient, with him and
Yeah,
all of that,
she
because
is. She is.
God just makes them
She is.
amazing. I mean, I
He
love it.
does. He does.
So my next question is, when did you move to Canada, if you don't mind me asking? How old were the children?
2022.
2022. Okay, so
2022, there
it's
were
just been 2 years.
7, 5 going on 6, and 2.
Okay. Do you think in any way that your exposure to the education system in Canada has helped your child tremendously, more than what she was able to access in Nigeria?
Okay. Um, that. I would say the yes, there have been a difference because she's exposed to a more advanced form of learning, more advanced learning materials. Um, but again, because majority of your audience are in Nigeria, and I do not want them thinking, "Oh,
That they
I
have
have to
to
go to
pass.
Canada for my
Let me
child to
just be
get help."
going. There's nothing to help me here.
Exactly. All these stories that I'm telling you are what happened
While
in
you're in
Nigeria before we came
Nigeria.
here. We are less than 2 years here. We came here in June of 2022. So
Yeah.
all these stories happened in Nigeria from the discovery
You
to everything.
discovered,
So when it
and the
comes to
institution and related
education,
things were all in Nigeria.
yes.
Okay.
So when it comes to education and all, I like to share about what we call the environment and getting professional help for the kids. That was what we called it in our book. So when you discover that you have a special child, everything becomes important, especially their environment
Mm,
where they grow. You have to be intentional about where you put them. That was the one of the mistakes that denial made us make with our
mm.
first child. I There was a school in my place then that is a mission school, very popular. You know those school that was there when you were a child. You did
Yes.
not school there, and you wish that you did. So they were always first in match pass, first in every competition. And you
Mm,
said, since I not go there, my pikin must go there, and all
mm,
those stuff. When we wanted to enroll my first in school, there was a no-brainer. Plus, my husband had good relationship with the principals at that time, and
mm,
admission was a breeze. So we took her there. There were like 30 or more in class.
mm.
Error. That is not a good place for a
For a child
special child.
that is struggling.
Yes. Because we did not even know that she was special at that point. Because we're still in the God forbid state. Because we're
Mm.
still in the
It's normal for
um
firstborns.
it's normal for firstborns to be slow stage. We sent her, we say we know a lot of slow firstborns that have gone there. And they
Go
came
with
out okay,
God.
Abi, according
Go with
to
go with God.
Coach
She'll be okay.
Wendy. Yes, so they came out okay. So let her go there too and come out okay.
Mm.
So for almost 2 years that my child schooled in that school, she was crying every time I dropped her off to school.
Oh wow.
The attention she needed was lacking. the patience she needed from her teacher was lacking. But who do I blame? Do I blame a teacher who has 30 other children to attend to? Do I blame her for not focusing on mine? The error was ours. And it was something that I try not to regret or beat myself too much about it, because Olivia, you should have done better. You should have known better. Because even right now, that delay of the early age, and that is why I'm telling parents, like, I want to shout on the rooftop, do
Like,
your research, seek your help, know it early. As soon as you know it, every decision you make about that child becomes different. It becomes purposeful, it becomes intentional and focused on helping them become more than you could have ever imagined. And where they are going to spend 8 hours, 10 hours of their day is
it's
very,
really
very
important.
important. It's very, very important. You have to be extra intentional about it. They are spending the most of their life in those environments. How many hours do they spend at home? Is mostly sleeping and the weekends. So you have to be intentional about it. We were not at the early stage. She cried for those 2 years, and then when it was time to enroll her youngest in school, by then we had already started getting our light bulb moments. We already started knowing that there was more to this child. So we did not enroll her younger sister in the same school as her. There was one that I discovered that had fewer people. I spoke to the proprietor, and she said she came from Port Harcourt to Cross River. She looked for school to enroll her children. No one met what she was looking for. She decided to open her own school. I said, you are speaking my language. You are speaking my language. So I had that discussion with her. I learned that every class teacher, as my child progressed in classes, I met all their class teachers, spoke to them about my children. Tell them, this one, you'll find her slow and fast in this. You will find her here and you'll find her there. Draw her back when she's going too fast in this, and do this. Anything you need from me, I'm just a phone call away. If you need me to be in this school, I'll be here. Anything you need me to do from home to make your job easier in the school, I am very much
Let me know.
available. We built the first thing I do as far as my child is entering, that was after we took her out of that first school, was to know their teacher, build relationship with their teacher, check in as often as I can to say, is everything okay? This is where I'm seeing improvement. This is where she's still lagging. We make sure we open the channel of communication, because they will not know. They will treat them as other children. So
True.
when we found that school and enrolled our second daughter, it was we saw that it was beautiful. Her teacher was great. Then the whole school system, it was the Montessori system they were using, the one that focuses more on a child's ability than basic knowledge of maths and English. So I said, this is it.
It was
We
a
took the
no-brainer.
older one, we took the older one from the previous school, and she joined her younger sister in the new school. And from the very first day she wore that school's uniform to school, crying stopped.
Oh.
Crying to school stopped. She never cried for one day again until, as I'm talking to you. Like, if you see the
And
excitement in my child to wear uniform and go to school, you would think, Mommy, even Saturdays is today not school. It is not school, ma.
oh. I
Then
mean, don't
the
you just love schools that are able to,
to
make children learn?
relate with your child and
Yes.
provide their immediate need. Oh, that school was a blessing. That was the school that helped her. That was after 2 years of staying in preschool and pre-nursery. She could not identify basic alphabet like ABCD. She could not. This was where this school now had to start all over. Start, even though she was in a class. I told them that I'm not afraid of her repeating classes. Don't be afraid. They're saying no, they will just take special time with her. She's overall brilliant. So it's not like she's not understanding anything. She's brilliant. So they'll just take extra time with her and be guiding her through this thing and be more patient with her so that um she knows that they are here for her to guide her and to help her. So that was where they started ABCD after 3 years of going to another
I
school
know.
with her. And my child just became a different person. Then getting the help that she needed. This was now more than us. as parents, giving her the enough time to grow, to learn, to flourish because of the years that she lost from the poor school that we enrolled her in. We now got somebody from that their new school. It was actually my second daughter's first teacher. When you say someone was born to do something, that lady was born to teach. Her patience is on another level. Then her style of teaching, you will not even know she was in that small community of Ogoja like that. Like, she was good. So I studied how she was in class with the second daughter, and I told her, this is what I need. She just has some catching up to do. She is great. She needs some help to help her understand the concept of the class she currently is in and what she may have lost. And she did a fantastic job. Until we left Cross River State, she came home, I think, a few times a week to just give the extra professional help that we needed to keep her at par with her mates,
I
to
mean,
make her feel like, okay, this thing they are saying, I understand. If she's slow to understand in class, this lady was home. She was not like a teacher to her. It was not like school to school. It was like, in fact, before she was getting to the house, they're already setting their table, setting their workstation. Auntie Jane is coming. Auntie Jane is coming, because she was like family, just holding their hand with phones, play, just helping her understand better. So it's not about the environment. In fact, even though I've spoken with the head teachers here, they are not seeing what me I'm saying. Like, when I go to school and ask, okay, how is she doing in this? I'll be like, Chimamanda is brilliant. Chimamanda is brilliant. So we finished the repairing from Nigeria before
wow. Before you got there,
before we
I
even
love
came
it.
here. But yes, the system of education is definitely more updated, especially from the environment where I was while we were in Nigeria. It is more upgraded and updated here. But they did not do the dirty work, if I can call it that, that the Nigerian school and the system and us as parents
You
help her
did the
do.
work,
So
man. You
yes,
did the
so
work.
wherever you are, you can actually help your child excel. It is not about coming first, first, first. It's for you to look at her strengths in those subjects he's doing. Like, we identified my child's to be maths and arts. You identify your child's strengths, hammer on it, encourage them on it. People are using basic things to do well in life. It's not just
Absolutely.
about money, but to find fulfillment in life. So if your child wants to be great at drawings, painting, and all that, find that like your life depends on it. Leave mathematics and English and fanning it like, buy her paintings for birthday, buy her, if you see drawing, show her. As we are going anywhere and we see paintings, oh, Chimamanda, look at that, is so beautiful. I can't wait for your painting to be on the walls like this. And she will say, yes, very
So
soon.
you're just
So
planting it in her head.
exactly.
I
That
love
what
it.
you do or the one you have is very important to look at people, see what they are doing with what you have. So we keep showing her that, showing her things, taking her to gallery where she see that people who do what she does are very important people. So find their strength, hammer on it. Make sure the important thing is the relationship with whoever is teaching them, so that you will not be repairing and another person is scattering somewhere. That is the
Oh,
issue.
you can say that again.
You will not
Ah,
be trying to build and somebody is scattering, because these children
mm,
will spend a lot of their time with these teachers.
mm-hmm,
Mumu, you're so dull. All those words that will come from them will affect them. Some they may not even tell us. So you have to go behind and build the relationship with a particular, with those teachers.
teacher.
Tell them about your child. Be patient with her. I am the parent. I'm not bothered about her carrying first. This is what I'm interested in. Be patient with her. Be doing this. And every teacher that I had that meeting with, every teacher they had and still have, it has been great. It has always yielded positive results, because teachers want to see a present parent in a child's life. If you're
I
not
mean,
showing
they
face
can't
at all,
they
not
can't date
showing
alone.
exactly, They can't do it alone. So they want to understand your child a little bit better. And it's from you coming to tell them, this is my child, this is what they will be great at, this is what we need help with, and I am here to help you. Offering yourself to help them. It makes it
Mm,
easier for them to want to pay attention to your child, to say, oh yeah, the one whose parent always come here to say, I am
yeah,
interested in helping you make this child a better person. So yes, that is where the foundation comes in.
I
Wherever you are,
love
no matter
it.
how small your village is, just find a system that will guide your child. It's not about being first, second, or third in class. It is about
Ah,
helping them holistically develop into everything that God wants them, created them to be.
I love it. I mean, I love it. You are really, really preaching, honestly, and I'm sure that's not what you set out to do, but you are
I'm
preaching. So
telling you.
it's
I'm telling
amazing
you.
how the things that you're sharing are valid for all children. It's amazing how they're valid for
Yeah.
every family, and I just bless God for selecting this topic for us, to be honest, because when I was thinking about
Yes.
children's month, I had no idea, like
No
zero.
idea.
The only
Yeah.
thing I could think
Is
of
it
was,
not wonderful? He
there's only
decided to open this week and decided to give us a topic that will be relevant for this
like
time.
like
He's
and when you were talking
a
about
good father.
teachers and the things that they do, I remembered one of my daughters, when she was in primary school, she was really struggling with math. And in fact, hey God, it was a sort of concern for me. And me, an A1 math student, first of all, I first of all took it personal, like, my own child does not know math. How is
Now
that
that one they
possible?
pain fast.
So I was livid. But the Holy Spirit had to just tell me that, sister, hold on. It's not about you, right? This child is
Yeah,
not
not
you.
about you.
You better remove your ego and all your whatever you're thinking about, pack it somewhere and look for how to help this child. So I had to sit down and help her. Meanwhile, at the time she was doing common entrance, we were trying to go into a competitive school. And I was looking at it and thinking, if you're getting this kind of grades in math, how are we going to get in? It's not possible. Like, anyway, let's just remove our
It's
eyes
not
from that kind of
possible.
school. Could they work? But then the Holy Spirit now gave me an idea. We now looked at it. They have three subjects in the exam. It was maths, English, and general paper. She used to ace her English and she used to ace her general knowledge. So I said to her, I said, wow, you know what? You're extremely good at English and extremely good at general knowledge. We're going to be targeting 90. So we're going to target
Exactly.
90 in the two of them. If we get 90 in the two and we get as much as 60 in maths, we have
60
five.
March, you already met the cutoff.
We've
Hammering on the
blown.
strength.
Do you
Hammering on
understand?
the strength is the way to
That
go.
is, we have
Yeah.
blown, because by the time we take those three, the average will be 80. There's no way with an average of 80 will not enter the school. Like, who are they picking? Do you understand? So I said, so let us, this math, we'll be carrying ourselves small, 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 small. My target is just to get a 60. We don't even need 80. We don't need, don't worry. Just 60 is okay. You see,
We
you
don't
see
need
where you are
we
strong?
don't need 80.
Where you are strong, fire on all cylinders. On all cylinders. Don't leave one mark. You see, as I told you 90, so give me 98. Fire on all cylinders and make sure that you make it in. And then this girl made it in. You know, she was getting 40 in her school assignments. So I don't even know how she managed to even get the mark to enter school, but she entered the school. Now, first term of the school, me that I was using prayer and fasting and encouragement to patch this child. We now did the first test. This girl got 80 over 100.
Yeah.
See the way I came to the school, like, hey, my child.
Hey.
We got to see the teacher, and the teacher said, it's okay, but you could have done better. I said,
Eh?
don't let me be
It's
here.
good.
I said, do you know where you're coming from? I said, you are going to greet her, you're going to hail her, you're going to tell her that she's done very well. Do you know where they are coming from? 80. Have I seen 80 in her score in my life before? I said, if you say it again, they're like, sorry, ma. I said,
Have I seen 80 before and I'm complaining?
I said, 80. If you see, I bought that girl something that day. I said, are you joking? 80?
Eh?
Let's go. One teacher was not telling me, yeah, it's okay, but you could have done better. Like, auntie,
You could
you
have
can you do better than 80?
done well.
You yourself.
So that is what they keep feeding them with, and they
They should
never
not have
feel
any
like they are enough. And that is why we have a lot of children struggling, having so much potential, doing so well in lots of areas, but still struggling with self-worth
Yeah.
and struggling with appreciating who they are and what they are, because they have a voice somewhere telling them,
It's
it's
not
okay,
enough.
but you would
It's
have
not
done
okay, but
better
you could
for
have done
80.
better. 80. We didn't say 75, we didn't say 70, we didn't say 60, 80. And auntie, you to fear God.
80.
In any country, 80 is A. In any way you want to use, any grading system. Like, auntie, fear God.
80 is A. 80 is A. That
So,
is why
so
our voice as parents have to be the loudest in the child's ear.
absolutely.
I don't joke
Absolutely.
with it. No child, nobody will tell my children any lies that God has not told them. God forbid. I make sure
Mm,
my voice is loudest to them because it is
it's
war.
amazing.
It is war currently out there. There's so much
Mm.
competition, so much
Competing
hunger for
voices in their
validation.
ears.
Even
Yeah.
yes, even with adults and all. Then when you have children that you're nurturing, you have to make sure that your voice is the loudest in their ear and you're
Love it.
telling them the right thing too, so that
Love it.
somebody will not scatter what you're building, like I said.
Absolutely. It's so critical. And there's so many ways that, okay, my last question to you, and please, I know we're enjoying today's conversation. If you guys have any questions, this is the time to write it down because only me, I'll finish all the questions in my own head. So here's the time to type in your questions. You can use the question tab, or you can just simply write it in the chat. Okay. My question would be, so where do you see the place of of God in all of this? Now, I know that we're Christians, okay? I mean, this is even a Christian women's platform, so it's okay to call God. We are we don't even know how to do it any other way. Hmm?
I don't
So,
even
we don't
if
know
you
any
say
other
it
way.
was not okay, I would not even come because it
We
will
don't
come out so many times by itself.
we don't know another. We don't have another part. I used to tell people, I said, this is the only juju. This is the only juju my mother showed me. Jesus, that was the only place
I
she
do
carried
not know
me
any
to.
other
I
word
don't know any
though.
other way. Please forgive me. Whenever I get, I just want to beg them. Say, please don't be annoyed. This is juju.
Abi,
This is the only one. This is the
somebody
only
say
one
if
my
you don't
mother
want me
showed
to
me.
bring God in the conversation, don't bring me into the
Don't call me
conversation.
because I can't even help you. I can't help myself. So, and people say some teachers, my son got 100% the follow and teacher wrote next to it, you can do better. That teacher said, okay, that was a joke. Maybe teacher was playing April Fool or no. So 100%. What did she want? 105? In further math. I beg that your son should just, if you even, his picture should be hung in the school hallway. Like, hello, who gets 100% in further math? Are they joking? Okay, so what I wanted to ask that for a mother, right? I mean, you were blessed to have your husband fully on board with you,
He
fully on board with you
was. He
in a planning
is.
solution for your daughter. What about the woman who has found this? You know, she's found this. She's discovered this thing. She's trying to accept it, but she has a husband that is not accepting it. He's like, this is not in my family. It must be from your side. He's constantly speaking down to her and speaking out to the child, and she's really, really struggling to show love to the child and all of that. But the husband is countering her efforts. I mean, we talked about teachers countering all the effort you're doing. Imagine if the effort countering was being done by your own spouse. What do you say to such a woman? Where does she even start from?
Hmm. Yeah. I'm not sure I considered this part. Maybe because I'm sitting at the privilege point. Yeah,
Mm,
but you just said it now and it just broke my heart. I was just trying to imagine. I can easily pull my child from any school that is not
mm,
speaking my language. I can pull them from any club, society that is
yeah.
not helping them grow. But how do I pull them from their father? Yeah,
Mm,
that must be hard.
it is hard.
What I can say to any woman that is in such situation is that accept that it's from your family side. In fact, everybody in your family is dull. Everybody, there is no time. Like you have to choose your battles deliberately. Everybody from our family, we repeated class 20 times. We agree. And this is what, if it was done to us, would have the battle now should not be about him insulting you and your family right now.
Mm-mm.
It should be
Focus.
about getting as much. I saw a post I think it was Instagram recently that somebody saying my father was financially, this guy should be in her teen. If she's too old, she should be 2021.
Mm,
My father was financially present but physically absent in my life.
mm-mm.
What the point I'm trying to make is unless children have to go through that, like you are a single parent, certified single parent for any reason, whether you are widowed or their parent was never ever in their life, no child should have to be seeing their father every day, but feel his absence more than his presence. It is a war, and you have to fight the right battle. Leave Amalekite because God have won that one already. All your family is dull, no
It's
problem.
okay.
Now look at the wall of Jericho that is in front of you that you need to run around 5 times, because there is no love that a mother will give to a child that will be sufficient for that child. We are seeing them, so many broken young children. I see them on social media and I always want to cry. Like, I lost my father. I was just a teenager. I I miss him, a full-blown adult with my own children. I know there are times I still lock myself in and cry, but I know that I lost him to death. Not that he was there,
You
but
walked out.
decided not to be a father to me. So no matter the love a mother gives a child, they will still miss one part of that love they are not getting. A father's figure in a child's life can never be replaced. I know that it is hard work, and from what I do, I hate to add more work to mothers. But I'm sorry that you are here. Like I say, you choose your battle. It is a gradual process. I first started getting the idea that my child was special needs. My husband did not accept it at the first go. So that is where you're doing your research. You're not holding in family meeting to say,
This man is not
come and
supporting
sit
you.
down. No,
This man is
come
not
and sit down.
supporting
No,
you.
today's topic is special needs children. Like you're educating him. It is showing him video of a special needs child. It is just bringing gist that. Do you know that this child is a special needs child? Well, I never even knew that there's a word like dyslexia or anxiety disorder. So there's something like that. No wonder you will not call your child's name. She behaves like this sometimes. It is registering. It is registering. And then if there is an environment where you know that you all share similar friend group or something and discussions come on, whether it is church group, it is me that will go from the back and go and start telling chairman of men of men association in my church to talk about
What
this
they should
topic.
discuss. What they should discuss next week.
Yeah,
It is wisdom, Neil.
it's me.
Because
It's wisdom.
where you have his ear, you can send information that way. Do you see?
Exactly.
The
Where
thing you are
you
saying
have
every
his ear,
day,
exactly.
the thing you are saying every day, we say,
Exactly.
please go away, your wallet is too much. But the minute that
Uh-huh.
somebody that he respects says the same thing to him, he starts to look at it a different way. Ah, my husband's mentor is now my best friend. I've got to go and
Eh,
because I've become friends with the wife. So now me and
exactly.
the wife, we used to plan. We'll be planning together. This is the matter I want to tell my husband now. She should go and whisper to her husband in the middle of the
You
night.
whisper
That will
your
now
own
come.
so that when the conversation come in,
He will not,
exactly,
that
it
will
is
now
wisdom, and
talk to
that
him.
is
He will now think, oh, it's coming from this man. So
uh,
is it really because this is what he really
you will see
respects?
him. Like
It
I
makes
said, it
sense.
was my husband that finally came to me, because since I got married, I have always been the dreamer or the one to bring ideas. But most times, until my husband hears some kind of idea somewhere else,
From somewhere.
we may never implement it, or he may never do much on it.
Not their
But as
way.
soon as he hears somewhere, he say, "Oh, my wife has been telling me this thing. No, he will not come back home." Do you remember this thing? The same case of this, my daughter. I was the one singing it, singing it, singing it. He came back with the good news to me
Yes.
when he
And
saw it
once they
on
are
the
ready
group
like
where
this,
they were discussing.
everybody must move. Oh. Immediately.
So it is not fight. It is never about you saying, "Sure, you're
I
seeing
take
your
it.
father. He has
Eh,
rejected you." And when a child is bad, is the mother's child. It's wisdom. You think you're helping the child. You will not, because you're trying to cover for what
exonerate
is
yourself.
lacking, or he or she is lacking from the father. You will see that you may neglect other children, putting so much love and favoritism on this one. Then now you're already causing some kind of feeling in the other children, and then the one that you're even trying to cover for,
Will
trying
not
to
be spoiled
overlove,
itself. We now
We will
start
not
spoiling.
stay and be saying, so my father hates me just because I am this, my father hates me, so my father does not love me. Then the whole story of their life will not be, my father hated me because, my father hated me because. If a child can be successful without having such story, there can
Mm.
be. So it is the onus is now on us to use wisdom to make sure, just like you rightly put it, where they have their ears, where they where they
Mm.
pay attention, where they take words from, whether it's beer parlor, it is you that will
Mm.
infiltrate that place and make sure that
The gist
they
will
get
come
the
to
right
them
information when they should and
somehow.
give you the
Or
right
the
support that you need. You can also start making research like schools. If schools is not an issue, things like schools now, it is you that will say, um, there's this better school, oh, not because of special need. You won't even bring anything special need in. There is this better school. I like the way they do this. They teach students gymnastics. You yourself have known the research you have gone to do. You know that
other.
it will help the one with special need. You go to that school and say, can we change the children? Don't
Mm.
mention special need. Don't mention
Mm.
special need. Just, is wisdom, seriously. Just say, okay, this school, I think it would be better for this reason. I like the way they behaved, and their children always confess in WAEC, NECO, JAM, and this.
Mm.
Let
The thing that you
all
know
the children move
he
to that
likes
school.
to,
If
because
you
you
have
know
done your
some men
research,
that you know that he likes, right? So sometimes some men they like the extracurricular in a school. So you hype on the extracurricular.
exactly.
Some
You
people they
you
like the fact that oh, the
hype
school is
on what
committed
will
to
appeal
WIAC.
to him.
I
You
so that you get your point
exactly.
across. Absolutely,
You will hype
absolutely.
on what, and then you would never. I know you started your question with asking the place of God, so I will just put it in so that if others have questions, we can take that. Then
Okay.
you will never. There is no way, if you're a Christian or somebody that fears God, that you will ever want to leave God in this time.
No,
Believe me,
no
it
way.
is hard for when we are going through something to believe that God loves us.
Mm.
And sometimes you want to be like, there you are there, Abema, day my day, because if you even love me in the first place,
Why
we
am I
shouldn't
why
be
am I
here.
carrying this cross? Hello.
We shouldn't be here. It is hard. But the greatest gift you can give to your child, I always list others, but the two greatest gifts that I like to say that any parent can give to their child is the gift of self-confidence and the gift of the knowledge and relationship with
Love of
God.
God. Mm.
If you are able to give your child these things, you have done the bulk of the work and you can actually really relax.
Mm.
A lot of reasons why parents are still so anxious, even when children are in their 20s, going on 30s, is because you haven't equipped them enough for the world.
Mm.
And no matter the school, we are seeing it, young children committing suicide, Harvard
Mm.
graduates, best in her class. So no matter the education, no matter the money, nothing will save them if they do not know who they are.
Mm.
Every
True.
morning as my children leave for school, the question I ask them is, who are you? They start reciting, unless I'm not at home. And I was not home one morning when they were leaving for school, and my husband called me to say the kids were going to school today. And their younger brother asked them, who are you?
Oh, I love it.
And the girls too started reciting for him. Before
I
before he
love it.
goes,
I
those
love it.
little things, you have to continue to remind them, especially where we are, their skin color is always placing them in a place where they feel like others are better than them. When
Mm.
others have nothing to offer other than an over bloated sense of self and
Mm.
their skin color. So you have to keep telling your child. I was speaking with a friend over the weekend, and he said he sits his child in the room every day and say, your father is a professor. Your
Yeah.
father is this. Your father is that. Your mother is this. In your community in Nigeria, you are
This
princess.
is
You
who
are
we
this.
are.
You are that.
This
You
is
have
who
to
we
pump
are.
them.
You know this thing.
You have to pump them
This
up.
thing you said is just making me laugh. Why? Because I was just teasing my husband. Just 2 days ago, we celebrated our anniversary, and we're talking to his
Mhm.
uncle. The
Yeah.
uncle was chairman at our wedding, and he called us to wish us happy anniversary. We started talking,
Anniversary.
and somehow we now got to talk about my husband's ex girlfriend.
Yeah.
And as we started the gist, his wife was pinching him like, ah, stop now. My husband said, leave. Brenda knows all the story. Continue, feel free. So they started to talk. And it was one of those, I was so happy with that story because every time I used to tease him, he
Yeah.
went to ask for the girl's hand in marriage, and the father asked him literally, who is your father? So every time the man didn't know that he was
Who's your
helping him.
daddy?
Who's your father? Like, because he was like a two-time military governor,
Hmm.
big man, all of by every standard in Nigeria, and he was looking at this man
Yeah.
want to marry my daughter. Like, who are you really? Who is your
Who are
father? Where are you
you?
from?
From where?
So he did not know that what he denied my husband at the time, not allowing him marry his daughter because he thought he didn't have pedigree, pushed him to become somebody, and that is
To
what I am
somebody.
enjoying today. So today,
Exactly.
nobody can ask my children who their father is.
Who is your
So
father?
I'm super excited and thankful to that
That question
that
cannot
that
come up.
two-time that military governor, that ex-military governor. But he should thank you very much. We love
I,
him.
I hope his ex-ministry governorship is still helping him and his grandchildren now.
Now you sabi. So we have a question here.
Yeah.
It says, what are your thoughts on special needs children attending special schools versus being integrated into regular schools?
Okay. I would say it is always a parent's preference.
Hmm.
They will get all the help that they can, all the help that is possibly available. They will get it in a special needs school because that school is specially designed for them.
Yeah.
But like my sister-in-law will say, is a they will not deal with special needs people all their life.
Their lives. Hmm.
They will come back to the society and meet normal people, if I dare say. They will come and meet others who are not special like them. Then
Hmm.
integrating may not be hard for
That'd be
them.
hard.
That
True.
that is the point. So what I would say is boundaries. Let there be a balance. Balance is the word. For example, if my child is very slow in some aspect and I know that only professional help can get him there, I would take him to professional help at the early stage to get
Hmm.
all the help he needs to face real
To
life.
join
And then
normal school.
if he can integrate, I will take him. This is not for extreme cases, of course. If he can
Hmm.
integrate into the society normally, I will take him
Hmm.
back for socialization. You don't
Very
want your
important.
child isolated. You don't want everybody they know being special need. But
Hmm.
because if at any point they have to face the real world or they have to commingle with anybody that is not special need, they may not be able to. In fact, don't even build the idea of difference in your child. Don't That is what we are saying. We are accepting the difference, right? Everybody is
Yeah.
accepting that, oh, because we do not have classes for fair and dark people because we are different. We are different, but that is what makes us beautiful when we
We
come
celebrate
together.
our differences.
It is the difference
Absolutely.
in color that makes color beautiful. So if you can, and it's not extreme cases, of course you have to get professional advice for this, but that is my stance and that is my idea. Like since I came here, I have the opportunity to tell the system that my child is special need. I will be needing aids for some learning programs and all that, and the government will send them to specialists who will assess them and all. I am still reviewing the process. I am still looking at it to know whether I want to put her in that system, whether I
So that
want to
nobody
put her
starts to
in that.
label her, and you now start retrogressing all the children to
Exactly.
grade.
The labels. So because hers is not so advanced, we caught it early, and it is a mental and learning disorder. We see that there are ways to work around it that has been working for us. We are still using those ways. We have not seen the need to get anything special for her or to put a label on her. Even though we have access to a lot of resources, if we did, we still want her to grow together. But when there are extreme cases, please, by all means, let them get all the special needs that
All
they
the
can.
help
We
that they
don't want them
can.
to lose anything. Like I
Absolutely.
always say, I say the difference between special needs kids who end up being Paralympians, who end up winning awards, who end up on world stage singing, dancing,
Mm.
is the
It's the care
parenting.
that was put
Is
into
the
them.
care that
Absolutely.
was given to them at the early stage. It is the
Absolutely.
voice that they heard. The
Mm.
difference between them and those who turn beggars on the street, become
Mm.
liabilities to the society and all, it is what they heard.
Is
It
what
is
they
the
heard.
system that brought them up. And that
I love it.
system will start from us as parents. You hold their hands. I believe that God gives only perfect gifts.
Mm.
Like through my journey and my struggle, I had to reread Psalms 20, Psalms 127,
Okay.
from verse 3 to 5, the one that said, "Children are gifts, reward, and arrows." And I
Yes.
started studying this word like it was not written in English. I started
Mm.
paying attention to them. What do you mean by gift? And I
Mm.
imagined what a gift is. It is you have to love me. You have to be okay with me to
To
an
give me a
extent for you to
gift.
give me a gift.
Mm.
Gifts are usually special, beautiful, almost surprises. You're even though you're having a birthday party and you know people will bring gifts, sometimes you're not even sure what will be
What type of
inside.
gift?
So there's
Mm-hmm.
always the element of, oh my God, you thought of this, you thought of this. How did you know I needed this? And all that. So God give us this gift. Excuse
Sorry.
me.
Am I giving
Thank
you
you.
cough from across the?
I think you are. 1 minute, please. Let me get water.
No problem. Sorry about that. I really like the direction which you're going. About gifts. I wish I had a Bible next to me. Mine is by my bedside, and I usually use my phone. I wanted to actually read that.
Thank you.
Okay, there you are.
So it says that God gives us gifts, as in children are gifts from God. And I thought, how much thought with my God, someone who loves me so much, put into gifting me a gift, right?
Mm.
And I know that no, He did not give me anything to hurt me.
Mm.
Like I said, some gifts can be surprises, and
Mm.
that surprise can be I have never seen you want a super since I came to your house. So I thought to gift you a super. So God
Mm.
was looking at Olivia and was saying, I see that you lack patience
You
with people who
you
are
need
this
something to
kind of
give me.
way. Let me
Mm.
gift you a gift that will bless you with the skill of patience.
Mm. And
Now,
perspective is
when I see
everything.
special need children, I'm able to give them more grace. When I see people slow, I'm able to look at them and say, have your parent looked into whether you have this problem and are able to help you? I'm kinder. So maybe
Mm.
that was God's gift to me. And then
Mm.
these children are reward. When you come first in class, they give you reward. When you win a competition, they give you reward, award. Do they
Mm.
give people bad things for doing good things?
Mm-mm.
Nobody gives you bad thing for doing good things. And then the last one that actually always blows my mind is there are arrows in the hands of a warrior.
Mm. Mm.
Arrow in the hands of a child poses a danger to the child. Arrow in the
In the
hands
hand of a
of an
warrior.
unskilled person is a danger to the person and other people around. That is why you hear things like stray bullets. You hear things
Mm.
like this because wrong person held a gun when they were not supposed to help, or held it in
Mm.
ways they are not supposed to. Arrows in
Mm.
the hands of a warrior means this person is trained to have these
Mm.
arrows. And then the Bible went further to say, if you have them, especially your quiver is full with them, you will win your
Mm.
enemies at war. So this
Mm.
began to teach me that my God did not give me a bent arrow because I cannot win a battle with bent arrow. He did not give me
Mm.
broken arrow. I cannot win
Mm.
battles with broken arrow.
You are
My quiver
preaching,
is full
sister.
with arrow that God gave me to win battles. Then it
Mm.
cannot be bad. It
Mm.
cannot be bad. That is where I started to see the blessing in the gift of my child.
Oh,
I have
amazing.
learned so much from her, learned so much about myself, learned so much through the process from her. I think when the Holy Spirit reminded me this topic for today, I was saying it's true. Do I never talk about this as much? Why am I so much on mothers and forgetting this way through to be able to help
Mm.
others? And I remember that my child cried once when I was telling somebody about her in her presence. It made her felt some kind of way. So she was
Mm.
like, so even though this is also my story to tell, I am giving her the respect. She told me and said, Mommy, can you not tell people that I didn't talk on time? Can you not tell
Oh,
people that my
oh,
sister spoke before me? Can you not, although we sat her down and told her the beauty of everybody's story, told
yeah.
her who she is now, she should be more interested in who she is now than who she was in the past. That we all have
Mm.
past. That her struggle is now so
It's a
beautiful
testament
that
of
people
God.
want
It's a
to learn
testament of
from it.
God's grace. Yes.
Evidence of God's grace. We taught her all that, but somehow my subconscious also took the talk out of my mouth because until she understands that she is bold and free to stand on world stages, which is what I'm building on, like what I do to build her self confidence is show she's dark skinned, darker than all of us in my house. She's
Mm.
actually my younger sister twin. They are dark together, look alike, so much together. So she feels like she's less beautiful. For that
Mm.
aspect, what I do is to show her dark skinned people. What do you think about this person? She will say, oh, she's so beautiful. If I see a dark skinned mother, especially the one darker than her, I will say, look at this person. What do you think? Oh, she's so beautiful. Oh my God. So, mommy, I can be a model. I say, you're already a model. Look at those legs. Look at you.
I love
Look
it.
at you. Then
I love
when
it.
she feels like this, I already show her. It's okay. You see somebody that is obviously disabled or something. I say, look at this person. See what he won. See what he did. He's sharing his
Mm.
story. He's saying this until she's lighting up. But I discovered that
Mm.
that too affected me, and I kind of closed on it because I wanted to not embarrass her or make her feel like
Yes.
she's still in that place until she grabs the full understanding of saying, okay, our story can be bad from the beginning, but if it becomes good, it is on us to share to others to help them find their way and especially find it
Absolutely.
early.
Absolutely. I mean, we have to send Chimamanda a gift today because her story has liberated us.
Aww. Oh, that will make us so happy.
Completely and totally liberated all of us here today. And I speak even first for myself. I have one last question, and you have to be very brief with this question because I know you. If they leave, we will be here till 8 o'clock. Very last question. How can we? And this is for the rest of us listening, everybody listening. How can we help
Mm.
our children to be nicer and kinder to the special needs children in their classes? How can we get them, to just be a little bit more patient with the children that are not like them in their classes? Because now we've said that it's better for children to be integrated, it's better for them to go to schools, integrated schools, and grow as they are. So how can we develop this sense of kindness and patience in the average child to help other children? I it was close with this question, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that question. And it is by modeling. No matter how
Mm,
many times we preach to these children, no matter how many times we preach to Muna so and Chimdebube to say, respect your sister, respect. If we did not show her respect as the first child of
mm,
this family, they will never respect her. If I took her place like I intended to do in November, they would never respect her.
mm,
Modeling. When you're with your child outside and you see a special need child, what do you say? What
mm,
do you do? What,
mm,
what words come out of your mouth? How do you look at them? You don't even have to say words sometimes.
mm.
Coach Wendy will say children do not respect the words of hypocrites. You
And
cannot see a
they are
special
so
needs
quick to
person
know
and
hypocrites.
you're
You
with
know
a
me
child
now.
and then you laugh.
You know me.
You
My own
laugh.
children
You see a
are
special.
older now.
Yeah,
My children now, they are telling me,
exactly.
they are telling me words straight, mommy. But that's not what you
They are
said.
telling you back. As you're
But
telling
that's
them,
not
they're
what
telling you back. But mommy,
But that's not
but
what you
mommy,
did.
you are. But mommy, you are.
Ah.
You are holding your child outside, and you saw
Mm,
a special need person, and you laugh. You
Mm.
saw a special need child that was scattering, was throwing tantrums, and you were so irritable. It was obvious all around you. You were
Mm.
speaking words like, "Hi, please, everybody should take care of their children. Some
Mm.
children are so naughty." Your child, you
Mm.
weren't saying that to your child, but they are seeing your reaction to a
Mm.
special need child.
Mm.
So we need to learn to model to our children what we want them to do. When you
Mm.
see a special need child, your first thing will, oh my God, that child is so cute. Oh my God. He's disabled, maybe on a wheelchair, maybe your your child may be confused. So cute, her mommy. In their mind, so cute, her. But they will believe you because you are their parent. And the
Mm.
next time they see a child like that, you will see they will say, "You're so beautiful." That
Mm.
that is modeling. There is no other
Mm.
way. There is no prayer I will tell you to go and pray in. Let my child respect special needs children. Oh God, it is
I love
just
it.
by modeling. Children will be with their classmates, and you see them come back and say, "I don't like Maxwell. Maxwell is so like this, like this, like this," and
My
you
son,
don't know Maxwell, but
my
you're
son told
encouraging
me.
your child, avoid Maxwell, don't mind Maxwell, do this to Maxwell,
My
unless
son
that
came.
child is
My son came to report one
directly.
day. He said, "Mommy,
Exactly.
there's one child I do not like this." I said, "Ah, what happened?"
Mm-hmm.
Because he's normally the loving and sweet one. I said, "What happened?" He said, "Ah,
Yeah.
he's so slow." I said, "Slow." I just
Uh-huh.
once the child's name, I quickly wrote down the name. I asked the teacher the next day. I said, "Please, is it possible that this child is special needs?" You know, and
Mhm.
then the teacher was like, "Oh, we don't really know. I don't think so." And then I said, "Okay, no problem." I came back to my child. I said, God has given us different abilities, and some people are faster than some in some
Mhm.
things. You see how you are very good in XYZ, but not so good in XYZ. You see how your sister is very good in this, but not so good in that. How about so in the place where you're not so good, would you like somebody to term you as slow? And I said, I said, so, looking at that child, maybe because they're not writing as fast in class, and even he himself, when he started in his respecting and pampering my child, loving them, using love to finish them. So when they entered primary school, the first day of primary school, they wrote notes on the board and said she copied. She said, "Mommy, I can't write that fast. It's a lot. I don't think I can cope." I said, "You can cope. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you." But and I reminded him, I said, "Remember that first day, how you felt when you had all of those notes to copy. If somebody had been in the school before you had looked at you and said, 'Oh God, you're not so
You're so
slow,' how would
slow.
you have felt?" And he now said, mm,
I see.
so we had that conversation, and even me myself, I started checking my own self. Am I
Exactly.
impatient with people around me that are slow? Where is this coming
Yeah.
from? And so
Yes,
I
because he's
absolutely
modeling,
agree.
right?
I
Or he
absolutely
must
agree
have
with you,
heard
Mama.
teacher say this person is slow.
It's,
It's
you know,
always the adults in their life. Maybe teacher
yeah,
have been complaining that that guy is
that
slow.
is slow. Because why
If
would a child just sit down and say somebody is slow?
somebody
Are
is
you
slow,
are you running race together? What's your own?
and see what it is doing in their mind. It's already
Mm,
secluding them from that child.
he said, "I don't
They are
like him."
already isolating that child. I don't like him because he's slow. That's just a child who has no business hating or liking. But an adult has conditioned his mind to believe that because this person is slow,
So it's
it is
not good.
bad. It is just us modeling to them. By the time the
Found
teacher
that
will
before.
say, "Good job, Chimamanda. I see that you're writing 2 words faster today. I'm so proud of you." The whole class will be like, "Good job, Chimamanda." But if you say, "Chimamanda, I am so tired. Why are you so slow?" Class will be like, "Yeah, slow.
Sure, mother
Why?
is so
Why
slow.
is this so slow?"
So
It's
slow.
so
Even on the
slow.
even at the playground, they will not pick her for games. So they say, "Oh,
Playground,
she's
it's
so
become the
slow."
words they use. So when they come back with these reports, you did something so beautiful. You investigated. You didn't just rush into counseling him. You
Mm,
investigated and then came back with equipped with better words for him. And it helped
mm,
him understand the difference that we have out there and accepting it. So that is just it. Modeling how we want our children to react when they see these people that are different from them, modeling how they can be patient, modeling how they can be kind. It is not by, there are some people that teach their children to give to beggars, not to teach them kindness, but to teach them superiority.
mm, mm.
There are a lot of people that will say, "You see, uh, a white comedian once said, when he is fat now, because when he was a child, every time he said he was tired of eating or was full or was done eating, the parents will say there are kids in Africa who have no food. You have food and you're complaining. So he
Eat.
kept eating and he now said, so Africans, I did this for all of you. And he now
You have
asked
made me
and said,
fat.
how was my overfeeding helping children in Africa? I don't know where my parent brought that from. How was me overfeeding myself to obesity
I'm
helping
tired of
children in
it.
Africa?
I'm tired of
And
it.
then and then there are parents who would say, you see why you need to work hard so that you will not be poor. That is in the presence of a poor person that they are trying to teach their children to give to. If you become poor, you'll be a beggar like this. So we even use their staff like drivers, security to say, this is why you cannot be poor. You will become a driver and this. That is not modeling. That is that is not what we're asking you to model.
No,
Don't go and give
you're
your
modeling
child
bad
money.
behavior. You're actually modeling bad behavior.
Exactly.
It is
Don't go
modeling.
and give your child money and say, go and give a disabled child. Go and give a child that is throwing tantrum because you are better than the child. No, we are teaching inclusivity. We are teaching acceptance. We are teaching tolerance and love. True
Ah,
kindness that comes from I see you.
I can
And
listen
not
to you all day, every day. As in, I don't even want
thank
this
God.
life to end. It's been such an amazing, amazing time. Thank you so much, Tech Mom. And I will come
Thank
back to you. One
you.
last thing. I just want to quickly wrap up and tell everyone that thank you so much for joining
Please.
us today. We've spent extra time today, but I'm sure you have received
Oh, I'm sorry.
enough value. I mean, we've received back to back value, so it's been an amazing one. This live comes to you from the Women's Growth Academy. It's called Women's Matters, and it happens every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Women's Growth
Tuesday.
Academy is a
Yes,
community of women who love God and who trust God in their growth and, just growing together in love with God. You can join our community by clicking the link in my bio. My name is Brenda Unu. I'm the Chief Amazon, or Queen Amazon, as I like to call myself, a group of amazing women. My darling sister, Tech Mom Olivia, as she introduced herself earlier, you can also read her bio on my page, the previous post before this one, where she
yes.
said that she's a mom's wellness coach and she just helps mom to settle their lives and just put structure in place and be able to do it all, enjoying everything. I
To
mean,
do
as you
it
heard her
all.
speak, does she look stressed to you? Does she even look like there's anything that is doing her? She's got it all covered. So please go and follow
Baby
her.
girl lifestyle is the
Baby
goal,
girl life,
please.
bro. That's the goal. That's how God created us
Is
to be.
the
So go and
goal.
follow her, and learn more. Please, this book you said you wrote, how can we get it? Is it on Amazon? Is it anywhere? I
It's
really,
on
really like to
Seller.
hear about it.
I can share the link with you later, so I share with your
Okay.
community. It is
Okay.
free. What we
Okay.
did was there was a physical launch for it, and some people paid for it to be free because we want as the disciple read and said we want this book to reach as far as it can get. So we
Mm,
launched it in June of 2022, just before we traveled, and people
mm,
were so impressed getting copies for people that know that are having
I need
special
it.
children. And
Mm,
yes, so it is free on Seller. I would share the link, and
okay.
they can definitely. It is a very small book. Like I said, parents already have their hands full. We
Too
don't
much
want you to be
wahala.
more burdened. Yeah, it's a very small book. An hour you can finish it. It's just
Okay.
detailing our stories and sharing tips to help you, and
Amazing.
to help you come out on
Amazing.
the other side. It gets
Amazing.
easier. It may never
Mm,
get better, but it gets easier, and you just see yourself working your life around any situation that God has placed you, because there
mm,
is always a way. Always, always a way. He know
amazing.
the lie. He has said that he will never give us a burden that we cannot carry. So
True.
even when it seems hard at the point, just be patient. Patience with
Mm.
God. He is not slow.
It's not easy, but
He is not slow. He's not slow. Be patient with him.
he's always on
He will
time.
align help.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for this
Thank
topic.
you.
Oh, thank you for freeing her
Thank
schedule to be able
you.
to let her be here today. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tech Mom. I really, really appreciate you. God bless you for this.
God
And
bless
everyone,
you too. Thank you for
thank you.
having
See
me.
you same time next week. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you for staying with us.
Bye.